Today, plays an important role in almost every part of our culture and society. From a young age, children are taught how to play an instrument, and music is used as a tool to teach children. Today, people gather in churches and join together in song as a way to practice religion. Scholars at colleges and academic institutions use mathematics and science to study music and musical theories. Music can be heard and played at drinking parties, funerals, weddings, and festivals. Just like today, music played a very important role in ancient Greek culture and society. Examining the role of music in ancient Greece will illustrate that music in ancient Greece has inherently the same role it does in modern day. To Greeks, music was seen as a gift from the gods that had a profound effect on both the mind and body. Music in ancient Greece was deeply rooted in mythology and religion. Each musical instrument in ancient Greece had stories associated with different gods from mythology. Different instruments are considered to have different effects on emotions and character of individuals. For example, the lyre was the most popular instrument. The instrument was primarily used as part of young people's education. Hermes is said to have made the first lyre out of tortoise shells and was gifted to Apollo. The lyre is frequently depicted in various periods of Greek art. The pharynx is another popular string instrument in ancient Greece and is associated with the Homeric poems. The lute was a popular flute instrument and is associated with Dionysus. This instrument was often played during social gatherings like festivals and drinking parties and athletic games. The syrinx or pan flute is an instrument that was commonly played by shepherds due to the instrument's association with the pastoral god Pan, who was the patron of all shepherds. An instrument in ancient Greece had a specific stories and associations with gods or religious figures that created a specific ethos for each instrument. The lyre is associated with Apollo and enlightenment, and because of that, it was used as an educational tool. The lute is associated with Dionysus and raucousness, and because of that, it was used for social gatherings. The syrinx is associated with Pan, and because of that, it is used by shepherds. Each instrument had a specific role in Greek culture and society due to their religious and mythological associations. By examining different musical instruments of ancient Greece, we are able to see how music played an important role in Greek religion. Music was not only an important part of mythology and religion in Greece, but it had an important role in philosophy. The study of the theory of music in Greece began in 16th century BCE. Ancient Greeks' musical theories and philosophies had a large impact on modern music theory. Music became an important role in the studies of Pythagoras and his followers. Pythagoras believed that music was a mathematical expression of the cosmic order. An important aspect of Greek philosophy on music revolves around modes. Philosophers believed that music was not only for amusement and pleasure, but it could also be used to elicit specific human behaviors. Philosophers created a system of modes that related to particular emotions and spiritual characteristics. The words from famous philosophers like Plato, Aristotle, and Socrates help us understand how Greeks viewed music and the role it played in society. These philosophers believed music was incredibly important for various reasons, as you can see from these quotations from primary sources. From the Republic, Socrates says, "Musical training is more potent instrument than any other, because rhythm and harmony find their way into the inward places of the soul, on which they mightily fasten, imparting grace and making the soul of him who is rightly educated graceful, or of him who is ill-educated and ungraceful." Aristotle writes in Politics, "Music directly imitates the passions or states of the soul. When one listens to music that imitates a certain passion, he becomes imbued with the same passion. If over a long time he habitually listens to music that rouses acknowledgeable passions, his whole character will shape into an acknowledgeable form." Philosophers and Greeks thought music was so important that it was incorporated into the education of youth. Music was a major element of Greek education system. Plato believed music was one of the most important educational tools for children. In his first written work, Laws, he writes about the importance of music in educating children. Since a child's mind cannot handle serious material, the precepts of the law will be conveyed to him through the terms he can understand, mainly those of play and song. In 6 BCE, at age 13, children learned how to play the lyre for 3 years. Greeks not only believed that music was good for the soul and spirit, but was an important tool in teaching children discipline and order. Music also played an important role in social gatherings, from drinking parties, funerals, athletic games, and weddings. Music's role in social gatherings is best seen in the Greek drinking party called the symposiums. Music was a very important element of symposiums. Just as music plays an important role in drinking parties today, it played a very important role in Greek drinking parties as well. After eating, the alus was played by a prostitute or a boy and would be accompanied by singing and dancing at symposiums. Homer in the Iliad mentions that music was even used to calm down participants and prevent the party from getting too wild and rowdy at symposiums. Music also played an important role in weddings. Attendants would engage in the singing of Harmonia, which was the name for wedding songs named after the god Hymen, who presides over weddings. Music was played a fundamental role in funerals as well because of music's deep roots in Greek religion. The Greeks had their own specific songs for funerals and mourning. They were often sung by professional singers or mourners. Music was played at athletic games in order to keep athletes in rhythm. They would use specific instruments and play specific modes that were thought to help athletes on the field. The Greeks even had musical contests that occurred at the festival of Dionysus. Examining the role of music in ancient Greece has allowed us to see that the role of music in ancient Greece is very similar to the role of music today. It is clear that music played an important role in religion in ancient Greece. Music today has an important role in religion. Just as Greeks used music to practice their religion, millions of people gather on Sundays or religious holidays and play music to practice their religion. In modern day, scholars study the theory of music just as Greeks did. Scholars study music using science and mathematics, just as Pythagoras and other philosophers did in ancient Greece. Music is both a fundamental aspect of the educational system in ancient Greece and the modern society today. For example, in ancient Greece, children learned how to play the lyre, and today, children learn how to play the recorder. Music clearly played a similar role in social gatherings in Greece as it does today. All good drinking parties must have music, whether they be in ancient Rome or modern day.
I love a chicken that had no bones. I gave my love a story that had no end. I give.
Sorry.